Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. Welcome to your Wednesday. It's time to think what day. Thank you for being here again. But yeah, seriously, thank you for being here. Okay, how many times am I going to say that? Am I on a loop? What is the problem here? Okay, this is your Wednesday reading. It's been that kind of day already. I'm making this on Tuesday, and I'm going to take to heart yesterday's reading for today. Find your joy where you can get it, and remember your worth. So, there we go. All right. And no apologies for being who you are. All right. Now, so this is going to be for Wednesday, and let's get into the vibe of the day. All right. So, near catastrophe, I thought my coffee maker was not going to work. And it's just an old-fashioned, drip coffee maker, but it did. I just needed to add a little bit more water. So I think there's a message in that. Sometimes we just need a little more motivation. And as far as the vibe, hi, I'm Holly, psychic medium energy reader. And as far as the vibe today, I needed my little frog and toadstool mug with the little stars in it and all that good stuff, but it's the frog. And I know I've told you all about this before, but years and years ago, and yes, I will get to the reading in just a second, but years ago, I had a dream, well, more like decades ago, I had a dream, and frogs and hummingbirds kept me company while I was lying in this trench, and I was at an all-time low in my life, and they just wanted to bring me joy, and they told me that we're here to bring you joy, and we're going to stay with you and keep you company until you can climb out of this trench. And what I didn't realize is all I had to do was sit up and stand up, and I was out of it. So always remember that. That dream is as vivid today as it was, gosh, almost 3 decades ago. So, anyway, I have an affinity for little frogs and hummingbirds. And this one always, and a ladybug on there. See them? Yeah. My biological dad called me his little bug, his little ladybug. He died when I was super young, really, really young. So I don't remember a whole lot, but I always like to say my life probably would have been a little different if he had remained alive. Anyway, so be well, take care of yourselves, find your joy. That's going to continue through the rest of this, well, at least through Thursday, I think. I think that's going to continue through Thursday. And then with the ladybugs and the frogs, it's just a reminder. So I think it's something that simple. The vibe of the day doesn't have to be anything enormous and mind-boggling and life-changing. It could just be, remember who you are, remember how strong you are, remember how wonderful you are, and that you are in control of your life. You make decisions for yourself, and if you're in a position where you don't get to do that, then try to figure out how to make it so that you can start making your own decisions, okay? And remember not to give that power away. All right, so that's the vibe. Come on up. Oh, look, we got a little baby here. Come on up. You gonna come up? Oh, here she is. I know. It's hard to believe she's a senior this year. But anyway, that's okay. Spiritually evolved being and a little baby girl body. All right, let me get another sip here. Particularly since my coffee maker had to work so hard to get that little bit of coffee out. All right, let's take a look at the cards. I was starting to pick up a Lenormand deck, but that's not quite right. I think, yeah. All right, so, and of course, I'm using cards as a vehicle to tune into the voice of spirit. So, I also feel like that she loves to chew on things. Anyway, particularly the microphone. But, yeah. When you listen to the voice of Spirit and when you tune into that vibe, you are never alone. And even though people may discount or discredit or try to balk at it, you know, when it comes right down to it, the Magician. I just opened it up to the middle of the deck, and this is the Ideals Tarot. Honey Bunny, and please don't chew on the microphone. You know who you are, and you know what you're capable of, and you know what you know. I think that can be intimidating for people sometimes. All right, Honey Bunny, you're just going to have to get down for a minute because you're wanting to chew on stuff, and I don't want you to chew on things. Okay, thank you. All right. Now, let's get to it. Using the Idols Tarot. And what's so nice about this deck, it's such a nice size. Just perfect size. All right, what is the message for the collective? All that is, creator of all things, spirit guides and guardians. I feel like we need to call the elementals in. I have noticed that crows have been really gathering over the last 24 hours around me. So I'm not sure where that's going, but it feels very protective and very knowing. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. What is the message for the collective today? What is the message for the collective? This is a general reading. It will not resonate with everyone, but for those that it absolutely will resonate for and with, what is the message? Help me to understand. What is the message for the collective? What is the message for the collective that will resonate with this reading? Someone's coming into a new space. Someone is about to make a stand. Someone's going inward, and then they're going to make a declaration. I still see someone moving. I think I saw that yesterday too. I think it was in yesterday's reading. Okay, nothing's coming out here. What do you want me to do, Spirit? Keep going. They want me to keep going this way. All right. And they want me to keep talking. The messages are, the message is one of both groundedness and movement, in that you are coming into a space and time of awareness of who you are. I will not be moved. I will not be moved. Yet there is movement. You will not be moved within yourself. Yet there may be a move at hand. I feel like in the next 3 to 4 months, you may not realize it, but there is going to be some kind of move taking place. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a literal, a physical move, it's an emotional move, but something is happening. And can you help me out, Spirit? Because I want to be a little more specific for whomever this is for. Change of residence. Okay, so I clearly heard change of residence. So there is going to be a change of residence 3 or 4 months from now. What will that entail? What will that involve? Will it be in this country or somewhere else? I'm hearing across state lines. So if you have territories that are considered states, wherever that is, I know in the United States we do, across state lines. Someone is moving across state lines, and someone is moving up to Canada. Someone is thinking about it, and I think that they may have made the decision already. There's a sense of fear and trepidation around this move, and they're wondering if they will lose everything by moving. Someone is going through a really difficult time right now, and I so understand that. Oh my gosh, I understand the difficulty. They want someone else to make the decision for them. They want someone else to give them advice or make the decision for them, and that's not possible. We cannot decide things for other people unless they're like minors and we're just taking them with us wherever we go. So, or like my pets, you know. But even at a soul level, that being, hold on, baby, can make a difference and make their own decisions in some aspects. I know that sounds a little vague, but I don't want to get into too much of that right now. Yeah, someone is about, ouch, someone's moving out of the country. They're moving from the United States to somewhere else, and it's a bordering country. I do not feel like it's going to Mexico. I feel like it's moving up into Canada. I believe they have relatives there, so there's a close link. They may even have dual, I don't know, can you have dual citizenship between Canada and the U.S.? That's not thunder, it's garbage day. Somebody's wheeling their garbage can around, I guess. I don't know if you can hear that or not. I can. Well, let me put it this way. If I had relatives in another country, I think I'd go visit them for an extended period. You know, all right. There are always things that are going to keep you where you are. So this is what is nagging at me? Why can't I move on? What is nagging at me? What is this about? I feel like there's a lot of movement, and I feel like there's also sort of an underground movement happening for someone. I see someone moving from the middle of the United States up to like the tip of Maine, all the way up to, and then maybe across to like Nova Scotia area. I think all of that is right there. And then someone else, I'm not seeing anything on the western side, but I feel like there might be more fires. Unfortunately. Let's pray not. But I feel like from the middle of the country going east, someone is going east and then up to like the tip of this country, and then maybe even crossing over into Canada that way. And I don't know if it's a vacation or if it's a move. It feels more like a move. And then I feel like someone is questioning where they are. I had no idea all this was going to come up. I thought I was just going to come on in and do a straight reading, you know. There is also someone, all right, this is weird, because I don't even have any viewers there, but I'm hearing Namibia. I mean, that's in Africa. That's on the continent of Africa. It's a country there. No kidding. Namibia. I don't know what the link is there, but I feel like somebody is going there as well. Huh. There's a group of people. Okay, this is trippy. There's a group of people who I think have means and access to easily travel. And I feel like they've got an escape plan that they are about to hatch. I did not intend to get into this, but there you have it. So I don't know what is going on. And it's almost like covering all the bases. So there's a small group of people, and they're covering all their bases. Wow. Whew, I'm kind of getting that prickly, cold, chill feeling. All right, well, let's get back to the majority of the collective. And I'm not going to use this deck now. All right, I am being moved to use the Neoteric Feminine Tarot. Oh, gosh, that nearly took my breath away. What is the message for the collective related to what you just told me? Be patient. Be kind and gentle with yourself. You're going to come through this. There's going to be some upheaval. There's going to be some serious upheaval. However, Yeah. Some decisions will probably have to be made soon. Okay. Now, Creator of all things, please come into this space, come into this reading, archangels, ascended masters, spirit guides and guardians, beloved elemental, sacred selves of all involved, for whomever this reading is for. Let's look at the day-to-day life and activities. What is necessary? People are still paying bills, grieving losses, celebrating victories. Help me to know what to say to the collective. Help me to understand the messages for the collective. Okay. All right, let's see what we've got. Well, that just came out pretty fast and quickly. King of Pentacles. All right. What else? What about this card? What about this energy? Male or female, it doesn't matter. What about the energy of the King of Pentacles? King is a wonderful card, and it's a stability. It's not that we ever should, or don't get me started on kings in this country, kings in the United States. It's just absolutely ludicrous. But what is the message? All right, for this particular card, it is, what I'm getting is the crux of it is financial stability. So we are going to, it's not going to be right away, of course, but a lot of us are worried about finances. What is the message? They want me to use a different deck. Okay, so this is the bottom, this is the crux of it. So we are going to look at financial stability. Financial stability for the collective. All right, and this is the deck I am drawn to. Now I'm combining words. Tarot of the Golden Wheel. Okay. All right, what is the message for the collective regarding financial stability? Because this is not about chaos. This is something about financial stability. With the influx of new energies and people learning to stand up for themselves, that is when the finances will even out. Understand, we have to understand what our own abilities and power might be. Man, this is a trippy reading. All right, Ace of Cups. That's a good card. So, you got to get over being hurt. All right, this opened up to this one. The Seven of Swords. Oh, okay. Ow. Hit my elbow. There will be financial security. When we understand who we are and our power, and not just like throw up our hands in the air and say, oh, there's nothing we can do. When have you ever said that in your own personal life? All right. Seven of Swords. This goes back to that whatever information was coming through a minute ago. They're gonna be on the run soon. There's gonna be a group on the run. And they're trying to take money with them. There are secret accounts. There are secret accounts somewhere. Right off the top. Judgment. There you go. That's a beautiful Judgment card. I love this one. There will be judgment. On the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Cups. There will be plenty, and we will celebrate. We will celebrate a victory of abundance when we come together and do everything we're supposed to do in terms of voicing our opinions. The escape hatch plan is in place because they know the jig is about to be up. Now, about to be up could be a couple of years from now, but they're putting it together now. Okay, I'm supposed to stop shuffling here. What am I supposed to do? Pick up this one. Queen of Swords. Okay. Remember, it's about the energy of the card. Strength, using one's voice, slicing through the rhetoric. Smart. Nine of Wheels, Nine of Coins. And holding a big rooster. Okay, this rooster has multiple meanings in this card for me right now. There could be a scrappy fight involved, but you hold the power. You hold the power. I just need to say it again. You hold the power. And all things will become abundant again. The one on the bottom. The Lovers. But this one is an odd Lovers card because there are 3 people in it. There are 3 people in this Lovers card. There are 3 factions at play. I need one more. Okay, top of the deck. Because I'm asking, what are the 3 factions and how does that come into play with this reading? This very strange reading. And we have the Hermit. It's a very young hermit. But truth is going to win out. That's what I'm just hearing. When people look at the truth of a situation and go within, and that's when we will start our new journey. That is when we will start the new reality. Could I get a time frame, please? All right, they want me to use the line I'm on now. All right, to get a time frame. What is the time frame for this? Is it months? Is it years? What are we looking at? 2. I keep getting the number 2. All right, and this is card 30. It's lilies. I asked for a time frame, so it's the card 30. So if it's months, that could be just a little over, like 2.5 years or so. But I think the truth could be beginning actually within 30 days. 30 days, 3 months, and then at the end of 2 years. I still get that. Moving into 3 or 2.5 years. Another time frame, please, to help me understand. Yeah. All right, this one is a clover card, but again, it's a card that doesn't really matter. The number 2. Okay. I feel like the 2.5 with this 30, the 30 representing months. 2 will be 2 years. 30 months will be 2 years, and then the rest of the time will be in a transition period. This one's a little different, you all. But I guess I'm just that might be indicative of where I am today and not willing to sugarcoat it. Let's focus on the positive, and that is that we are going to learn our strength and we are going to step into the truth and embrace the truth. I'm hearing there will be a much greater egalitarian attitude. So instead of lip service, it will be reality. They're not going to win. They're going to do some damage, but they're not going to win. And they're going to try to flee and escape, but there won't be anywhere to flee to. And I feel like if they do, it could be to a very unfortunate end. That's on them. And we know what I'm talking about. All right. Tomorrow I hope to get back to the day-to-day kind of reading, because there are a whole lot of political readers out there, and that's not what I am signing up for. Particularly since I predominantly work with those who have already died as a death walker. So, and I don't mean this to bring people down, because in the end it is positive and it's short term, but we're in for a little bit of a bumpy ride. So everyone just hang tight. It's kind of like, okay, thank you, Spirit. They're showing me like the old wooden roller coasters. You can hear it clicking and clinking, and every single move up to the top of that peak. And it's terrifying the whole way up, and you don't know what to expect. And then when you get there, you gasp your breath for breath, and then you feel this drop in your stomach as you plummet down, and it's so loud. It's not like the smooth steel framed ones. Those old wooden roller coasters that throw you around, it's I've almost gotten a concussion on one of those before. But you make it through, and you beat it, and you win. So even though it makes a lot of noise, it's mainly going to be a lot of noise. The rough patch, I think, will be significantly reduced, but it's important. As easy as it is to succumb to fear, we have to use our voices. And that can be terrifying. But I am so proud of each and every one of you. I am so proud of you. Let that be your motivating force. Again, I'm mushing my words around. When you have strength and hold it like a staff, that is when you know that we live in a different time. We live in a different period. It's harder to hide the truth. We can fact check. You're going to be fine. All right, everyone, I'm sending you love and I'm sending you gratitude. Yeah, it's going to be good, and we're going to be okay. Hold on to that, because that's what's going to get us through it. All right. Thank you so much for being you, and we will talk soon.